Is it on? Is this thing recording? Hey y'all, happy Sunday. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, going through some things personally, amidst also working. But anywho, happy Sunday. Come on in here to this office, y'all. We got stuff to talk about. Let me just say, this is a channel dedicated to things that I have, going on in my personal life as far as beauty, lifestyle. So every now and again, I will take you guys on journeys with me while I'm just, in the day of my life, in the day of Tyshawn's life. And yes, I'm speaking in third person. You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that? But also more so political commentary. That's what I like to do, is speak on the things going on in the political atmosphere. So y'all, it's been about a month since I've done a video on talking about what's going on in the political atmosphere. So let me start with the top. Ted Cruz, you lying sack of dog mess. I want to say something else, but I'm not, because one day I do want to be monetized on this channel, and I don't want to lose my monetization for this video for cursing. So I won't say what I really want to say, but you lying sack of dog mess. Texas is going through the worst winter storm that you can possibly go through. I put on my Facebook page maybe a few days ago, I was like, this genuinely looks like something out of the movie The Day After Tomorrow. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. If you haven't, you need to see it. It's a good movie. It looks like something out of The Day After Tomorrow, the pictures that I was seeing. And he has the nerve and the audacity to go to Cancun. And his excuse was, how you blame your children? He said he was going to drop his daughters off because he was trying to be a good dad. How you going to drop your daughters off with a suitcase filled from here to there? As much stuff as he could fit in that suitcase, he had in that suitcase. And you have the nerve and the audacity to tell me that you was going just to drop your daughters off? Even if that was the case, you have a wife. Your wife couldn't accompany the kids. You had to go. So, but you know what? I have said that I feel like as much vitriol as the left has for what he did, what Ted Cruz did, his constituents are going to vote him right back in. Because it's very clear, which I'll talk about in a minute, that the Republicans are not going to hold anyone accountable for the things that they have going on. That is very clear. If nothing else is clear, that is clear that they're not going to be held accountable. That's just the truth. But apparently what Ted Cruz said he was going to Cancun for was for his girls asked if they could, go somewhere. I would just rather Ted Cruz just say, listen, it was cold. We ain't had no heat. I wanted to go to somewhere warm. I'd rather you just say that. And then you can't have no good friends, Cruz. The senator, not senator, but the senator. You can't have any good friends because they leaked the text messages. Apparently his wife sent out text messages to I guess their group of friends, and they leaked those text messages. So you can't have any good friends. But anywho, he said he felt almost bad as soon as he got on the plane. You should. You should feel bad. You should feel like the sack of dog mess that you are, Mr. Cruz. That's exactly what you are. A lying sack of dog mess. That's how you should feel. You should feel bad. You should. And then him and AOC are always going at it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democratic congresswoman from New York, raised $3 million for your state. for your state. And you got the nerve, all of the Republican pundits and Fox, you got to call out Fox, they basically were saying, well, what would Cruz do if he was here? What could he have done if he was here? A lot. He could have done a lot. Even if it's going door to door in his own neighborhood, checking on his constituents, whether they voted for him or not, he could have done a lot. Anyway, he's up for re-election in 2024. I hope y'all remember, if you're from Texas watching this video, I hope you remember that. Because I know for me, I don't care whether you red, blue, or green, white, orange, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you are. If I'm freezing, I want you to be freezing with me. How dare you go to Cancun? Shout out to Cancun, because, you know, I got trips planned. We love you. Moving on. Let's go to the next topic, because I can't with him. So the Senate has, they acquitted Trump. No surprises there. Mitch McConnell, I'm sick of you. I'm so glad we have a new Senate Majority Leader, because I am sick of you. I'm sick of you. How are you going to say in one breath that Trump was responsible for the insurrection on January 6th, but in the next breath, you don't vote you vote not guilty? Sir, what? Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. And also, I really do feel like there should be term limits in Congress. There should be. Because there's no way. We need some new, young, fresh blood. We need some more AOCs. We need some more Jon Ossoffs. We need someone of my generation, the millennials, to be in Congress making things, because we're more nuanced than these old farts. And that's right, that's what I have to call them, what they are, these old farts. We are more nuanced than them, because, you know, I like Nancy Pelosi. I do. I think she's done a great job. I really do. But Nancy is 80 years old. Mitch McConnell is 78 years old, or 80. Fact check me on that. Come on. Y'all go ahead and retire and go on to the house. That's how I feel. But anyway, let me stay on topic. The Senate did acquit him. I will say, guys, if you haven't seen some of the videos that the impeachment manager showed, you need to go look at some of those videos. They are never before seen footage from that day of the Congress as well as the vice president being rushed out to safety. And it is sad. It is sad. And some people go, you know, they've gone on to say, you know, if that had been black people, you know, would we have even been able to get into the Capitol? And my thing to that is, no, we wouldn't have, but we also wouldn't have tried. This to me is the epitome of, to me, white privilege. Why did you feel like you had the right and the authority to go to the Capitol and rioted and looted and all of these things? The Capitol, domestic. We're worrying about international terrorists when we have domestic terrorists. Like, what? It's asinine to me. But they acquitted him, and so Trump has been saying that he's going to make a comeback. We don't know when it's going to be, but he does have a hold on the Republican Party. That's proof that he has a hold on the Republican Party. But anyway, it is sad. I will say this. If you are watching this video, please make sure that you are registered to vote. You guys, it does matter. I dislike when people say you know, voting is not, they're going to do what they want to do. well, if they're going to do what they want to do, at least put somebody in there that supports um, your supports your values and beliefs. Anyway, let's move on. I have a list of things here that I want to get over, that I want to talk to you guys about. So they are currently negotiating a new stimulus package. I think it will pass, even if it has to pass without the Republican support. Joe Biden, the president, has said that he would like for it to pass with the Republican support. I don't know that it will happen. One sticking point that every outlet has been talking about is minimum wage. I don't know what's in my throat, but it needs to come out. One thing that they've been talking about is minimum wage. And I will say the Democrats are very poor when it comes to messaging. And on paper, I will say this, as you probably can tell, I am a Democrat on paper, but they are extremely poor when it comes to messaging. And the reason that I say that is because in the bill, they want to gradually raise the minimum wage by 2025, I believe it is. But the way it's being put out there is you think that it's going to be raised as soon as it passes, and that's not the case. Same thing with defund the police. The messaging is poor. Do I support the policy? Got things flying around. Do I support the policy? Of course. But I will say the messaging to me is poor. If the messaging could be constructed a little better, maybe we could get more people on board. But the messaging is quite poor when it comes to, the things, the policies that they want to, pass through the legislation that they want to pass through Congress. I do believe the messaging is poor. With that being said, and now I created this channel to, talk to my Black and brown brothers and sisters. With that being said, we have to take the time out to research some of these things to see what they mean. If you don't know what something means, don't assume. Research. Everyone, if you have a cell phone, which is about, I want to say 97, 98, 99% of America has a cell phone, then you more than likely, especially an iPhone, you have the internet at your fingertips, in your pocket. So make sure that you research what everything means. But I think minimum wage should be in there, and I think it should be passed. Now, Joe Biden met with some governors. I think this was this past week, and he basically said he doesn't think it's going to pass because, of the lack of support for it. To me, that goes back to the messaging. If a Republican's constituents believe that, hey, we shouldn't have $15 right now, but maybe we can gradually increase that, but they don't know that because of your messaging, then you've shot yourself in the foot. That's what I believe. But they do want that to be in the relief bill, in the relief package. I think that part is going to have to come out because that's the biggest sticking point. However, it depends on, I was reading, it does depend on the parliamentary, depending on how they have it written in the legislation. So that's things that, that I think that is going to have to come out. But the bill will eventually get passed, just like all the other bills. What I necessarily don't like is there are people, I'm very blessed to the fact that I still have a job, but there are people out there who aren't as blessed as I am to have a job, during this pandemic. So they need to pass the bill and pass it now. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. Get on here with you guys. Oh, I think I said this before. Every now and again, I go get fast food, just like all of us. Well, I shouldn't say all of us. Some of you guys probably don't do fast food, but whatever. If they gradually raise the minimum wage to $15, I'm gonna need. Bakari Sellers said this on CNN. I'm gonna need the Walmart employees and the McDonald's employees, all that attitude right here up in your throat. It say like Madea, in your throat. I'm gonna need for you to take all that attitude out your voice. I'm gonna need you to take all of that attitude that's right there in your throat. I'm gonna need for you to take that out. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm gonna need you to take it out. Let me see. Is there anything else that I want to cover? Oh, this is the last thing, and then I'm gonna let it go. A lot of pundits, especially Republican pundits, are saying that Joe Biden is not unifying the country. Y'all, he ain't been in there but a month. He ain't been in there but a month. A month. That's one. Two, Teslyn Figaro said it best, and she said this on Fox. I love her. Shout out to her. You guys should go to her Instagram. She said this best. It's not fair for you guys to say Joe Biden isn't doing this, he isn't doing that, when the Republicans will do the same exact thing. So I agree with her. Democrats, run it how you want to run it, because next year is an election year for some Senate races. You guys may lose the majority. For some Senate races and some seats. You guys may lose the majority. So with that being said, run it how you want to run it. But anyway, I think those are all the topics that I'll go over. I didn't want to make this video too long. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I promise it won't be a month when I see you guys again.